Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to share 3 different altcoins that I'm looking at that I believe will have a bright future. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, it's a bear market, whatever, but this is the time to notice and see which projects are building. Now, before we get into this, I want to make a couple of disclaimers. These are 3 different altcoins that I'm looking at. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll share some of the other picks with you guys. But again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And these are different altcoins that I'm looking at in no particular order. So these are not the only altcoins that I'm looking at, and these are in no particular order. These are just ones that I'm currently looking at. I'm not telling anyone to buy these coins. These are just coins that I have my eyes on and that I'm looking at. I've made several different videos on each of these coins, so if you want more details, just check out some of the previous videos I made on them. Just go on the YouTube channel, type in the search term, or type in the coin term, whatever you want to call it, and it should pull up. Reminder, I get wrecked 100,000% of the time, and I consider these digidarts. If you don't know what digidarts are, these are basically coins that will potentially go up, but they're probably just going to go to zero. So make sure you manage your risk accordingly by not over betting and by not marrying your bags. If you have profits, you have to take those profits, because if you aren't taking those profits, then you are not locking in that principal, period. So digidarts, don't invest a lot. These will either go to zero or do multiples. They are most likely going to go to zero. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can navigate the digidarts. If I forget to put it, it's right there. So if you want to pause the screen, you can type it in, or you just leave a comment and say, bro, forgot to put it. And I'll be like, cool, here it is. So the very first one I want to go over is Lyra Finance. I really like Lyra Finance for the token utility that it has. The TLDR on Lyra Finance is that it's an options protocol that allows you to buy and sell options with different crypto assets. So they currently have Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche coming soon. They list tokens from time to time. I remember they listed Solana a couple months ago, or maybe like a month ago. But before, it was just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now with Lyra Finance, you're allowed to buy and sell call or put options on different coins. And there's fees involved when you're purchasing these. Lyra Finance, or the Lyra token, is able to get you discounted fees, and it also earns a portion of the revenue. I'll go over that later in this video, but let's go and explain about the market share that it's aiming at. Options and derivatives are a multi-trillion dollar sector. No, that's not a typo. It's a multi-trillion dollar sector. And actually in total for derivatives, it actually peaks into quadrillion. So lots of fun. So there's plenty of room for multiple players. This is also why I like the derivatives and option space. So as for the Lyra token itself, I like the value capture mechanisms through giving boosted rewards for their vaults, of course. So if you're depositing into their vault, which you can see here, it's stinking, you can't see my mouse, but follow my finger right there. Dude, it worked. Anyways, Ethereum's vault is paying about 11.89%. Now what these vaults do, and it explains to you when you're on the protocol itself, these vaults are actually providing liquidity for these different options. So if you're depositing into here, you are going to have some exposure to Ethereum and some exposure to Bitcoin. So these are not a guaranteed 11% APY or 10% APY, but these are what they average. And if you have Lyra staked, you actually get boosted rewards. So the more Lyra you stake, which drives demand for the token, the higher rewards you get for the vaults. It's similar to the GMX and GLP system. You also get some of the trading rewards when you're staking it. So if the protocol is extremely profitable, you're actually getting a percentage of those rewards from staking. And there are fee rebates as well. As you can see in the bottom screenshot, basically if you stake a certain amount of Lyra tokens, you're actually going to get rebates when purchasing those options. So if I have 1,000 staked Lyra tokens and my option premium is, let's say, $10, well, I'll get $2 back in the form of a rebate. So that's the benefits of using Lyra Finance and having the staked Lyra token. That person you hear in the background, that's Tuki, she yells, she'll probably come over here. But again, a reminder, these are the current APRs that are being paid out. these change from time to time. Make sure you manage, understand the risks, and DYOR. They are not without risk. It's similar to GLP with GMX. That's not without risk. So time will tell what happens, but I'm bullish on the team and what they're doing, and this is a low market cap coin. This is a super risky play, and I do consider this a digidart. Remember, we are in a bear market, and typically the coins that seem to go down the least would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I'm not telling you to buy those. I'm just telling you that's typically how the markets go. Now, the next one is GMX. As you guys can see here, the TVL is literally on the up only, which is pretty saucy. But the protocol is a decentralized perpetual exchange where you can basically long and short with leverage. So this can be some Avalanche, this can be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link. There's different tokens in the GLP pool. I'm not going to go into detail on this. I'm just giving you a general overview so you guys can understand what's up. So the main use case for the GMX token is, first, you can stake it and earn a portion of the platform's revenue. So the higher the trading volume, the more staking rewards the GMX staker earns because they earn a portion of the revenue, which also attracts more GLP people because, well, they want a cut of all that revenue that's coming in for those traders. And then you can also get GMX multiplier points, well, multiplier points for GLP by staking your GMX. So you get the revenue stream as well as the staking rewards. Lyra takes it a little bit further by also giving discounted trading. That's also why I like the Lyra model as well, but just something to note. Now, tokens are locked, so this is kind of a kick the can down the road. Lyra's tokens, when you stake them, they're only locked for like 14 days, and you can look more in the details on the docs, but with GMX, your tokens are locked for a longer time frame, but you earn a percentage of the revenue, and you also get a boost in your GLP APR. So me personally, I'm more bullish on GLP, but there's really high trading volume on Uniswap for the GMX pair, so you can also earn a nice APR by LPing some stablecoins or some ETH with GMX. Remember, you are going to be taking on exposure to the token, so there is a risk of impermanent loss. So you can play it how you want. GLP will give you exposure to a basket of assets, where a GMX LP will give you exposure to GMX ETH or GMX and a stablecoin. So it's up to you how you want to play it. I'm not going to tell you how to invest. I'm just telling you the different altcoins I'm looking at. This is the second one. Now, there is a concern with GMX. The concern is that traders will get smarter and less incentive to deposit in GLP, because if the traders are profitable, GLP is not going to be profitable. You will actually lose money in the GLP pool if the traders win. If the traders win, GLP loses. If the traders lose, GLP wins. So technically you'll have impermanent loss, and that's why you're getting paid, because of the risk you're taking on. The third coin I'm looking at is FXS. If you guys are new to the channel, well, I talk about FXS. I like FXS. You can check out a couple of interviews I had with Sam, and you can check out some of the previous videos I've made on FXS. TLDR on what this is it's second in line in decentralized stables behind DAI. It offers a fractionalized stablecoin. This is not fully collateralized. Right now it's about 93%. If you guys are watching this video today or whenever you guys are watching it, it's probably going to be around that ratio. But if you're watching it 6 months from now, 7 months from now, whatever, it's probably going to be changed by then. But the other percent, the other 7% currently, is backed with not FPI, but FXS. It's a typo. But FXS is basically your governance token that you can stake, earn a portion of the revenue, as well as vote on different gauges. This is kind of considered like your token that is burned and minted as the Frax supply expands and contracts. So if a bunch of demand is there for the Frax token, more FXS is burned. So if people are staking FXS and they're burning FXS to mint Frax, and they're also staking the FXS in order to participate in the bribes. Yeah, I know I said double staking, whatever. That means there's less circulating supply for the FXS token, which typically means price pump. Now, this can also mean price dump because there's low liquidity and the flywheel works both ways. So just something to note. Now, there's also several things in the Frax ecosystem that I like. The first is Frax Lend. This is borrowing Frax against other tokens. This is similar to like the MakerDAO platform, where you can lend out ETH, Bitcoin, whatever, and you can borrow stablecoins against it, which in this case, it would be Frax. They also have FraxSwap. FraxSwap is a TWAM, which is time-weighted average market maker. This TWAM. This allows you to conduct large trades over long periods of time and getting an average price. This helps with slippage in MEV. So if I wanted to buy, Ethereum's got some pretty good liquidity. So let's say I wanted to buy $10 million in Ethereum. Well, I can use something like FraxSwap to get an average price into Ethereum. Because if I just go out there with 10 million, I'm sure some bot is going to have some MEV and he's going to siphon the money that should have been mine and just taking it away by arbitraging the difference and extracting the value. Frax ETH, this is basically your liquid stake derivative. So just like you have STETH, this is going to be FRX ETH, which is same thing, liquid stake derivative. Now, some other things I like about FXS is first, it basically controls curve. And this is through convex. And Frax even stood the test of time, even with the UST drawdown. Yeah, a lot of people sold and a lot of people were like, oh, this is garbage. This is just like Luna. Well, the Frax price is still around $1. And that says a lot, especially for a stablecoin in a bear market, because the flywheel, just like it goes up, it also goes in reverse, and it was able to sustain the reverse. Now, I'm not saying it will still sustain in the future, but this is just something interesting to note. Now, Frax also offers some of the highest yields on stablecoins because of how much curve they own through convex. And they're also accumulating other governance tokens, giving them more control of other protocols. The more governance tokens you own, the more liquidity you can direct, and you can earn revenue through bribes. You can earn revenue by farming the different token rewards. As you can see here, the Frax pools are basically at the top on the curve rewards. In fact, they typically partner with other protocols as well to own even more of the market share. The base pools are coming up, and they're actually second in line on curve for the stablecoin pair. As you can see here, you have the 3 pool right here, and then you have Frax USDC right under it. Let me show you the TVLs. So you have a comparison of 731 million to 577 million. You literally have a comparison of 774 million to 731 million. And do you see a flippening soon? Not financial advice, but probably so. The reason why this is bullish is because the more demand that you have for Frax, the more FXS this burns. And if more people are trying to chase after those APRs, this will cause more people to want Frax. And when more people met Frax, well, you guys get the flywheel. And as they're earning and farming more of this CRV token, they're able to direct even more liquidity over time as they're earning a larger market share. So you guys can kind of understand the flywheel. Now, Frax is basically able to direct liquidity with all of the governance power that it has, which drives demand for the Frax for its yield farmers. And it also drives revenue to stakers from bribes and protocols wanting liquidity. So if a protocol wants liquidity, it will be very expensive for them to just simply bribe Curve, because Frax owns a huge market share. That's why they have Convex. Now, Convex is mainly heavily owned by Frax, which is how they get exposure to Curve. So it's very hard for a new protocol that's coming up in order to get liquidity. The best way for them to get liquidity would probably be by bribing Frax. That would be one of the best and most cost-effective solutions. So just something to notate. Anyways, guys, those are the 3 altcoins. I want to make these disclosures again. I'm not saying now is the time to buy these coins, especially how the market is right now. These are ones that I'm keeping on my radar. Yes, I do have positions in some of these tokens in my portfolio. So please notate that. And again, I'm not telling anyone to buy these coins. I'm just sharing with you guys the different altcoins that I'm looking at with the data and analytics. Don't overbet. These are risky plays, and these are just ones that I'm looking at. I like the risk reward on them because the market share they are aiming for is huge. So capturing just a fraction of a percent of the market will be big. I mean, just think about it. If it's quadrillion for derivatives, and they just capture a billion. Now for FXS, if it reaches a billion market cap, that's only a 3x, but still, that's only 0.01%. And I do consider FXS a part of the derivatives market, even though it's not options and whatnot, because it has stable coins and it also can help drive the liquidity for these different derivative pairs like SETH, and Frax has their own ETH pair. So just something to notate. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think of these altcoins below. And let's hit you guys with that wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 13, verses 1. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes. That's true, man. Hold your tongue. It's hard to do.